Okay, we are live on YouTube. So, hello guys, again, hello YouTube. Today I'm here with Andrea, Simone, Cowboy, and Camila. Today we are gonna talk about oh, sorry guys, I opened the YouTube live here. Um, so today we're gonna talk about the influence of the internet on modern life. I'm not a teacher, I'm a student like you guys. I'm here to improve my English, to improve my confidence. Here is a safe place to make mistakes. We are here to learn together. So here is a safe place to just try your English. We are here to make some mistakes together, and with that we can learn. So I really believe that when you are expose yourself, you get better and faster than when you are just learn alone. And here we can have a feedback, we can watch again the YouTube video and learn with our mistakes. So thank you guys for being here. First of all, we can start introducing ourselves. So go ahead, André, tell us a little bit about you.
Yes, good evening, guys. My name is Andrea. I live in Guarujá, the coast of São Paulo. I am married. I don't have kids. I work as an administrative assistant, sorry, in a Japanese restaurant. I've been working there since 2017, I think. In my free time, I like listening to music. I love listening to music, drink wine, cooking, and be here on Talk and Talk because I think I need a lot to improve my speaking skills. That's it for today.
Nice, thank you, André. Go ahead, Simone, introduce yourself.
Yes, good evening, guys. My name is Simone. I am 52 years old. I don't have children. I live in São Paulo in my mother. I am single. In the moment, I currently looking for a new job opportunity, and this week I will be leaving my old job completely. I have a postgraduate degree in executive secretarial studies. In my spare time, I like to go for walk in the park, watch movies, and the shows too. But the moments I am devoting a lot of time in my time in my studies in English and Spanish, and employing for jobs that match my profile. That's it. Thank you.
Nice, thank you, Simone. Go ahead, Cowboy, tell us a little bit about you.
Okay. Hello, people. My nickname in TalkTalk is Cowboy, but my real name is Edilton. I'm from Salvador, Bahia. I am 39 years old and I'm an IT student. I like to study programming language, like to read books, like to go to concerts, and I like to learn new abilities, such as new language, like English, Spanish, and I'm doing a lot of immersion with you. So I would like to thank you, all the people here, because you are amazing and I can study and learn more about new language. Thank you, people.
Nice, thank you, Cowboy. Go ahead, Camila.
Good evening, guys. My name is Camila. I am 4 years old. I live in São Paulo, in the capital, and I've been here in Talk and Talk since March or April 24. I discovered Talk and Talk through LinkedIn, and I am a English host also, and I decided to become a host in July 24. June or July, I'm not sure about it. I work as an accountant in an energy company, and I am here because I want to be in touch with the language. I know that I need to improve it, and it's really good when we can try to communicate ourselves in another language, put the words in a different way. So it's a big challenge for me. And because of this, I am here daily to practice my English and Spanish skills. That's it about me.
No, nice. Thank you, Camila. So, hello guys. I'm glad to see all of you here. Um, my name is Elton. I'm 32 years old. I've been working as a software developer. I'm here on the platform since 2023. I'm host here since the last year. So I got this responsibility, to improve my communication, to improve my English and my confidence at all. Outside of work, I'm a father. I love to practice outdoor activities, and I hope that you enjoy the immersion, guys. Um, Let me start with you, Cowboy, with the first one. I would like to know from you, how would you describe the internet's influence on our daily lives?
Yeah, good question. Good topic to discuss. Because internet simply changed our lives a lot. For example, we are studying a new language using the internet with a tool to connect with each other. And there's a lot of jobs today which is essential to have connected to do your tasks. And of the people born in last year, uh, 2024, is called Generation Beta. Generation Beta is because it's people that is born in a hyper-connected world where when the big data is increased a lot, and it's like a generation that you have internet 24 hours, 7 days for a week. So I can't imagine a world functional like we have today without internet. If the connection stops in one day, you will have a lot of process, a lot of situations, hazard situations, a lot of problems because simply we need to stay connected uh, all the time.
Yeah, good points, Cowboy. I believe that, a lot of guys will get crazy without internet if one day we, we, I don't know, have something like maybe we had in the past, some kind of, in Portuguese you can say apagão, and maybe it can happen again in the future. I don't know. And you, Camila, what is your opinion?
I would say that maybe we have everything online nowadays. We have bank, internet, we have everything. I am a old school, and I could share that I worked with a lot of paper years ago, and now I didn't use any paper to work. I don't need it. I can just log in my computer and I use a system and I don't need to print something. It's like everything it's in a cloud, so I guess it's hard to imagine ourselves without internet, but I know that we have still people that don't get access to this here, I guess in Brazil. I'm not sure. But I think nowadays for me, it's really almost impossible to imagine because since I wake up, I try to speak with the others. I try to, I don't know, have some meetings. Everything that I do in my daily routine is related to internet. Even if I need to work out, I can get something in a app and try to do. So it's totally connected. So it's really hard to explain this without the internet. How would do it? How would be my life nowadays without internet? So I guess for us it's like something simple because we use it a lot, but I guess it's totally necessary and we don't see the value of that sometimes.
Yeah. Sometimes I think, I like it to watch series like The Walking Dead or something related with that, And nowadays we don't keep information in our heads,
Yeah.
like, oh, how can I survive in this kind of situation? It's like, oh, I need to access the Google to search about it. How can I create
Yeah.
fire? you know?
Yeah.
Before the old guys, they had a better memory, you know. They had the more experience, and maybe they could survive better than us, you know. And sometimes I think about it. It can be a funny thing to think about, you know.
Yes.
And you, Andrea, what do you think?
Yeah, it's more comfortable nowadays, right? We need just to open the internet and search about the way that we need to fix the things, you know. I have just remembered, guys, when I had a trip, I blocked my bag, I don't know, my bag, and oh my gosh, why I will do for open the bag, and then I remember the YouTube, you know, how to open the bag if you block it then. And it's worked, guys. So imagine if you don't have internet, access of internet, you know, maybe we will be lost in this world, you know, because I believe that everything that we need to do nowadays, we need the internet. And I was thinking about, for example, you said about apagão. If something like that happens nowadays, can be really difficult because there are many people that just using your cell phone to pay everything, you know, in supermarkets or wherever, in the restaurants, don't have credit card and even money, you know, money, it's almost everyone don't have money in your pocket, so it's so strange to think about it, you know. At the same time, oh, okay, we can do everything, but I believe that for this kind of situations, we need to be prepared, you know. We need to have some money in our pockets because maybe one day it can happen. And how do you do to survive, you know, depending on the situation. So I believe internet changed a lot our lives.
Yeah, by the way, 3 weeks ago, I was riding my motorcycle, riding my motorcycle, I mean. I went to a countryside, you know, I went to a farm there. It was like a place to have a breakfast and this kind of thing, you know. And I had a sign there, you know. I wasn't with internet, I mean. And I just used my cell phone to everything, to whatever, you know, to pay, to show my documents. And I was nervous because, oh my gosh, how I will pay the bill? And there I discovered that I don't know exactly, I need to search more about it, that the Nubank or you know the wallet that you use on the cell phone, they don't use the internet, but I believe that it use the signal, you know. I don't know exactly how or how it works. I need to search, like I said. But you know, when I paid, I feel so relaxed. You know, it
Thank
was
God, right? It's working.
yeah, thank God I
Imagine.
paid. I was thinking, I thought, oh man, I need to ask someone to pay for me, you know, because I don't use my wallet anymore. I just use my cell phone nowadays.
Yeah.
Nice. Thank you, Andrea. And you, Simone, what do you think?
Well, for me, the internet plays an important role, of course, when the information is well filtered. Yes, it's important to always be on top of everything, but it's also necessary to filter and you know what's good and what you can't take advantage of. Yes, that's it.
Nice. Thanks, Simone. Just to add, guys, I don't know that nowadays our lives depend on the internet, you know. We are here to study together because of the internet. Maybe if we don't have internet, you know, I don't know, the way to improve our English like now, uh, it could be just doing an exchange, traveling to another country or something like that. So we changed a lot the way that we work, we study, we do whatever in our lives. Okay, let me start with you, Simone, the next one. In what ways has the internet transformed communication between individuals and groups?
Yes, in my opinion, I think groups are important for creating bonds of good knowledge people who have something to add. The internet has his power of knowledge. We have the opportunity to meet a lot of interested people for different area for activities. Yes, that's it.
Yeah, nice. Good one. I believe that with the internet nowadays, we can be more connected, with
Yes.
someone, with a specific group. I like to say that everything in our life is like a community. I mean, I like motorcycle. I belong to a motorcycle community or group, and I don't know the most of them, but we have a group that we have a lot of guys from São Paulo, from Count Sciences, and sometimes we just schedule a meeting. Uh, we schedule a meeting or a point to meet, and we go ride our motorcycles to another city or this kind of thing. And with the internet, I believe that nowadays we have more opportunities, to know uh, new guys, to make new connections, to make a network, and it can maybe be be easier, to connect with someone that have the same kinds of interest than you. Thanks, Simone. And you, André, what do you think?
Yes, I totally agree. It's like a bubble, right? Because,
Right.
for example, in my case, I really love music. So every time that it's possible, I am in a concert, in a different concert. And I met a lot of people through the internet, and I really don't know the people in person. And it was so interesting because, for example, for example, next week we are going to some concerts, and then our bubble, will meet everybody there. So it's a opportunity to meet in person. But I believe that it's so nice because we make friends through the internet, and I don't know, even what we are doing here now, we are in a different places, São Paulo, Bahia, okay, and we are talking in English, study, through the internet. So I believe that this kind of things, like we have an interest, the same interest, so it's how can I explain that? So it's nice when we have the opportunity to keep in touch with the people that have the same interest. And because of the internet, it's easier to do it. So that's it, guys.
Yeah, yeah, good point. By the way, I have an example like that as well. One day I I bought a ticket to a concert as well, and I joined to a group. There, I believe that we had more information about the concert, about the buzz and this kind of thing. And there we can find, I found, I mean, a group that I have we have a slot to someone, if you want some kind of, I don't know how can I say that, but they was offering something that I was interested in, and we did a match, and we started some kinds of friendship. We became friends, and we went together. I was alone, and I could enjoy the show, the concert with a group of guys. It was much more fun for me. And yeah, we can use the internet to make friends and network. Thank you, Andrea. And you, Camila, what do you think?
Guys, I guess we can, of course, get in touch in a specific group as we are here speaking English. Sometimes people don't understand what I am say about the immersion. Like, oh, I have immersion to do today. Oh, and I have another today, and the other people. But you are doing the same immersions yesterday, but you are doing today. So I guess only who study languages know the importance of to find a group, and I guess the internet help us to find a specific group. We as human beings, we love to be in group, we want to be accepted from the others, and we need groups, and then this helps a lot. Of course, we can share information with our parents so fast. Imagine if you need to post a letter and wait 5 days until get the answer for that. So for me it's like impossible to imagine. So nowadays it's so fast. I already sent a message to my mom that, oh, the dinner is okay, you can go. So it's like so fast. So for me, you can develop your communication as an individual, because if I want, I can travel for a specific place that I don't know and just search on internet how to, I don't know, to go to the specific address. And as group, we can find the group that we want, that we can share the same taste of music, maybe sometimes, or I don't know, languages. So for me, it's almost impossible to imagine without this, right? How can we do it? Maybe if you travel or find someone there and then try to be in touch by letter. So it's really different nowadays, I guess.
Yeah, good points. Today we can, like you told about, oh, maybe I can follow some information about a place to visit, you
Mhm.
know. Nowadays we can just join a group and find the experienced guys, that one day did it uh, a lot of times, and maybe we can learn better, learn more with this kind of guys than just searching on the internet, and it can be nice. I love to watch some YouTube channels as well because sometimes we don't need to be the first one, the guy that are discovering the path that are breaking the rocks, sometimes you can have a better experience, because one day one guy did it, and we just need to find a group, to find information on the internet or this kind of thing.
Yeah, we
I
can
think
even
Camila,
travel, right? We can even travel in a different country. You go and search the places there. So inside of your house, you can go
yeah,
for a different country. Can you imagine how crazy it is?
oh yeah. Andrea traveled abroad. Can you imagine you, Andrea, without internet? Going to another country without, oh, how can I
Oh
say
my
that?
gosh.
How money I need to
No.
save?
No. Internet helps me a lot, guys, to plan it my trip. Oh my gosh, thank God.
Yeah, nice. And you, cowboy, what is your opinion, man?
Yeah, for me, the internet transformed a lot. The communication, the habits, the bonds, the entire world, because you can create a bond with a virtual environment with the other people. For example, we created these bonds participating in these immersions. Of the people here is loved with me, is kind. So in ancient years, the people in ancient times, the people don't doesn't have this possibility. You simply create these bonds with your neighbor or the people in your city, but today you can connect with any people in the world. So this is amazing. You can enjoy the process to meet a lot of good people. And the social networks is the point of impact of that, the point of inflection. When three students like Mark Zuckerberg, Eduardo Saverin, and the other decide to create a social network to engage these relationships, all the people changed a lot. Instagram is a product result of the interaction of the people. So today you can uh, achieve good people with the same interest with you, use the internet, and it's important to enjoy this tool to do amazing connections and enjoy excellent moments.
Nice. Thank you, Cowboy. Good points. We can move on, guys. Let me start with you, Camila. Would you like to know from you? How do you perceive the role of the internet is in shaping education and learning opportunities?
Mm, I have the controversial opinion about this because I know that sometimes when you are a kid, if you study in with a digital book, I heard that this could be not so good for the development. And I think even when I am studying something, I try to write by hand, handwriting, the correct way to say. I try to handwriting because I learn how to study like that. So for me, is the way that I can keep the things in my mind, that I can put the words in a paper. For me, is the way that I really can understand something. And I feel really worried about the kids nowadays studying using a digital book, or I don't know, tablet, whatever, because I don't know if they are keeping the information in their mind. I don't know for sure if I don't know. I have a scientific opinion, but I heard that's not so good. And but of course they can have good interactions online, like some games to do. You can watch it, some videos on YouTube channel that helps the kids to study. I didn't have this opportunity. I use it a book. I need to go to a specific library to try to get some information. So I guess both ways it's good for our improvement, for our learn. But I feel afraid about the kids. I guess we need some period to develop a hard way to study, and then in the future you can try to upgrade it for a digital way. But I guess of course we have big opportunities right now. We don't need to pay. I guess Phil always said here, we don't need to pay an English course. You can do it for free on internet. I guess Andrea said about the YouTube channel about the sweet case. I have a problem here with the digital lock, a fechadura digital here in my house. And then I was like, oh my gosh, I am here in the house. I cannot go outside. And then I search on YouTube and then I solved the problem. So we can solve everything. So for the kids, it's really good. They can know how to do things really fast. But I feel afraid about the deep knowledge about the things. This is my point.
Yeah, by the way, I feel the same, and I worried about the child as well, about my daughter. I try to incentivize her to avoid the cell phone, to do something more, hands-on. And because I feel that I have this problem nowadays. I have some kind of difficult to keep the information. I need to write that. I need to try to explain that to someone, or even I need to apply the knowledge, you know, to have the real knowledge, to keep the information in my head. And yeah, I don't know if they are really learning, or the new generations have them the same problem than us. I don't know exactly, but maybe it can be a problem, or it can be just a problem for us, you know. We are getting older. I don't know. But yeah, I have this kind of a problem as well nowadays. Um, yeah, thank you, Camila. And you, Simone, how do you perceive the role of the internet in shape education and learning opportunities?
I agree with you. In my opinion, we have the road in your hands, yes. In like my time, for example, we when we use it to go in libraries, yes. Good time. The internet has made life so much easier. Yes, everything is so easier. The facility we life yes, but I necessary for paper my in my life is the internet. I search the several situation the my helping the study English too, the Spanish, but it's necessary cuidado. I don't know English. Yes, that's it.
I see. And about the good side of the internet, you know, I'd like to say that nowadays the new generations or even us, you know, while we are studying something new with a real teacher, we can reinforce, you know, the subject, the class using the internet because in the past I had this problem because, you know, the teacher he was good, you know, but I had a problem with the way that he explained the subject, you know. I believe that I wasn't prepared enough. I wasn't in the same level, you know, of the other students or even the knowledge. And nowadays we can go to home, we can use our computer, and we have a lot of amazing YouTube channels that they they teach using images, videos, you know, and it's almost impossible that you don't learn anything, you know. And maybe we can use that just to we need to learn how to use the internet, you know. Sometimes our problem is the access of information, I think, you know. Thank you, Simone. Um, and you, Cowboy, what is your opinion?
Yeah, it's a good question because I think in parts like as Camila, because we need to understand that the world is changing digital, but we human beings are still analogical. So it's important to us continue to write something to uh, learn more because the neuron feedback is stronger than when you simply type something in the screen. So it's important to write something. And I think the artificial intelligence will help you a lot to learn, but it's important we create studies and research to use it to enhance the learning system because it's important you don't be simply dependent of the artificial intelligence. I know a lot of people that is simply we simply the people is will write something to other people and simply ChatGPT check this phrase to me. It's not good to be dependent of technology. You need to be confident to do something and have the proficiency to do these tasks. Some cases you can use the artificial intelligence to handle of something, but it's important you maintain your status as protagonist and use the tool to enhance your abilities. That is the major challenge to learning in the school today because there's a lot of students that simply don't do your activities and put in the artificial intelligence and the, it takes good grades but don't learn all the process.
Nice. I agree with you. I believe that the AI, will be a good assistant for us because we can free our minds from unnecessary information as well, you know. But like everything, we need to learn how to use as well. Thank you, Cowboy. It's our turn, Andrea. Go ahead, tell us your opinion.
Yes, guys, I was thinking here, I said it in another immersion that nowadays people are using the ChatGPT or AI to do everything for them, not using it like a tool to help you to improve. No. Oh, do it for me and okay, you copy and paste and put in the information where you need, but it's not like that. I am a person like Camila. I need to write down everything to put in my mind, to fix it in my mind. And I remember when I was a teenager, I used to go to a library as well, guys, to search about the subject that I needed to improve at school. And nowadays, with just a click, you have everything. But I don't know what the people are learning from that, you know. They don't read anymore. Oh, okay, they don't know if it's right or wrong. Just put the information there and okay. And I was thinking about the kids that needs to write down. Maybe, guys, imagine it, this kind of kids don't know how uh, to write a letter or have a really bad letter, because I remember I used to use caderno de caligrafia. I don't know how to say that in English, guys, to improve my letter. Imagine nowadays people just typing, or using the computer. Imagine the letter of these kids, maybe they don't know how to write something. So it's really sad to thinking about the future, and I don't know if will improve. I believe that it will become worse. That's it.
Yeah, good point. I was thinking here some time ago, I realized that I was doing the things, it's like automatically, you know. I was like if I needed to explain that for someone, I couldn't because I just do the thing, like how can you set a new configuration to your cell phone, like you can open this, go there, and do this,
Mhm.
and I couldn't explain because I know how can I do, but I don't know how can I explain because I can't remember what is the label, that you need to access because I was doing everything in a automatically way, I think. Oh, I have a problem to say these words. And nowadays I try to pay more attention about the things that I'm doing, like when I'm driving as well. Sometimes you drive for so long time that you can do that without thinking, you know. And I was having this kind of problem with my daily routine, my daily tasks, like a computer, like go to social media. And nowadays I try to read every word that I have seen, you know. And like you said about ChatGPT or AI, uh, one day I had this problem because when I needed to search for a solution, I just put the problem there, and I didn't read the 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 explain it about the problem, about the issue, about solution, you know. I just jumped to the answer, to the part that I was interested in, and I copy that and I paste, you know. And nowadays I like to read the whole text about the explain, and with that I believe that I can learn more, and I can really learn, you know, with the problem and with the solution. And yeah, sometimes I really believe that we do the things, you know, without thinking. Thank you, Andrea. Let me see, we have time. We have time for one more question. Go ahead, Camila. You can choose whatever question to answer. Feel
I
free.
guess the last one is a good one. What do you think are the main challenges in the internet is currently facing, and how can they be addressed? Mm, I guess we have a lot of, in my case, I would share a personal example here. I have a lot of information, and sometimes I don't know what information I can believe, what is right in this kind of information, or the source that I can trust. So I guess our days I suffer a lot with the amount of information, and sometimes I feel so stressed because I don't know. I cannot decide what the most important or trustful source to try to find something, and then I feel like, oh my gosh, let's try to do another thing. Then I give up about this. So if I try to learn something or search something about specific information, you can find more than 10 different websites to try to find it, and maybe we don't know for sure what is true or not. And I think for me is another problem about the internet is losing time with useful information. Like this is not necessary for me, but is there. I cannot avoid to see. So this could be something that for me, it's a big challenge to believe in the information and to filter the good information.
Yeah, good points. And nowadays we have the problem that the social medias
Oh, yeah.
they are not fighting against fake news, against fake informations, you know. And you know that the elderly people they believe in whatever thing that they see, and it can be a problem as well. Thank you, Camila. And you, Andrea, what do you think?
Yes, I agree with Camila. I think the biggest challenge is that to know about a lot of information, and we need to filter what is good or not for you. And also our date, date, date. How can I say that? Nossos dados, data. Oh, sorry,
Data,
guys.
yeah.
Yeah, we put everything that you need to open require your data, and we don't know where they will use it, so something that you need to pay attention, I believe.
Yeah, good point. Agree with you. And you, Simone?
Me too. I agree. The Camila and Andrea. I think the main on the lack of security. I don't know how that's can be resolved. There are secret practice, but I don't know. It's if no, there are new professionals there that take care of it. The road has become very open, and we need to take advantage of the opportunities. But we also need to take a lot of the precaution. I don't know English. Yes, that's it.
Good one. Thanks, Simone. And you, Cowboy? What is your opinion, man?
For me, is the cybersecurity is a role that you need to stay conscious about your digital uh, fingerprints and all of your data you store in the internet, and in particular your accounts of banks, of social media, and all the tools, because you have increased a lot the crimes, cyber crimes like frauds. In Brazil, doesn't have a good law to handle with all these crimes. So it's about you maintain a behavior uh, and in cybersecurity awareness, update your technologies, your operating system, using antivirus, and be conscious to don't put much data about yourself. For example, you take a photo in front of your home. The cyber criminals, you know now what is your home, and with the Google Maps you can find the your address. So it's important to us maintain this conscious, the awareness about that, this data, and to preserve your privacy and protect yourself from against cybercrime.
Yeah, unfortunately, these kinds of situation will happen with much more frequency, because nowadays, I don't know if at least here in São Paulo, the bad guys, they are migration, from the streets to the digital world, and they are practicing more these kinds of crimes nowadays because it can be easier, uh, without risky, like, oh, anyone will kill me, and the punish the I don't know exactly, but when they are arrested, the oh my gosh, how can I say that in English? The oh my gosh, I don't know how can I say the sentença, the sentence. I don't know if it is right for this kind of situation, but the sentence is less, than a crime on the street or when you are with a gun or this kind of thing. Anyway, guys, um, so we don't have more time. I put the survey on the chat. I would like to thank you guys for being here. It was a pleasure, and I hope that you have a good night and a good rest of your week. Bye bye, guys. See you.
Bye bye,
Thank you.
guys.